Hey, I was having a thought. You are always on my mind. I'm always thinking about relationships and the connections between individuals. So today I'm having a thought about our parents, our mothers, when they were birthing us and before we came to earth, because before we came to life, we were delivered, we was in the womb. And I was wondering about the relationship that my mom had with other people, her partner, while she was hold, you know, she was carrying me. And how did that relationship, that bond that she had with me, how did it look like when she was carrying me, nurturing me as a baby in the womb? That connection is something serious, and it's something very important to think about. And what I was thinking about is that, hey, if we ever want to know why we have so much confliction between individuals, between ourselves, our relationships that we have with ourselves and our partners and our siblings and friends, it's all about starting with the relationship that our parents had with themselves and the partners, the fathers, whether they were there or not, and the type of relationships and the connections that they established with other individuals while they were actually nurturing us when we were pregnant. And it makes a difference about who we are, who we become when we are adults. So when we're going through our developmental stages as infants to toddlers and then preteens, etc., those things affect those relationships, starting with your parent, your mother. She was carrying you in the womb. The father relationship that he has with you while you're in the womb, then actually once you're born, how they nurture you. Whether your father or your mother is missing, there is a process of nurturing that needs to happen. And if it does not happen, there is an effect that it will have on you as an individual. And then guess what? It's a domino effect, because if you don't get what you need, you're only going by what you know and what you understand and what you were taught. So when you become an adult and then you decide to have a baby, if you don't have the understanding, it's like the love conversation. Like, do we know how to love, truly love one another, let alone loving ourselves? If we don't know how to connect with ourselves on a positive, healthy level playing field, just being healthy and loving ourselves and knowing how to nurture our own selves, if we haven't been taught that, how can we do that for a child? How can we bring a child into this world and think that we possibly know how to nurture them? Not even before they were born, not even when they're born, but after they're born. Like, what do we know about taking care of a child or nurturing or bonding with them if we were never taught that, or if we were never even given that ourselves? So that's something to think about when you are going through the process of making babies. When you make babies, there's a process, there's a intention that we all should put behind creating life, bringing life into this world. And I was just thinking, like, man, wouldn't it be so much better if we were more intentional as individuals? Because I'm guilty myself, but however, I did study the psychology behind what your children need at various different stages of their life. And I tried my best to practice that when I was, having my children. But I also know that life can affect you in a negative way. So there is intention that we all need to put behind us when we're actually taking the steps to create life and bring new life to earth. And that's a conversation that I would like to have. That's something that I would like to share with mothers, new mothers, women that are actually deciding that they want to have babies, create life. How do you prepare yourself to create a nurturing bond between you and your child, and how to create a system of a group of individuals to help support you? Because we can't do it alone. We need people. Just like if you have if you get pregnant and the father of the child needs to be present, but if he's not active in your life nor the child's life, then how do you create a replacement for him so that, or your child, he or she, so that your child can feel the nurturing of a male figure and how that male figure interferes? And, well, I'm not going to say interferes, how that male figure creates a sense of security and protection and all the things that children need, how their roles play out in their lives, and what can they do, not only them as a father, but you as a mother. And then also for those of you that are, there are women out there that's carrying babies that's not going to be theirs. They're carrying babies for other people. Like, some women can't have children. There is a process for every woman that's carrying a baby, that the baby needs to be nurtured. Not only that, there's women out there that have been raped, or, something happened and they got pregnant, and they are really planning on birthing that baby and then handing it over to someone else. To each his own. I'm not here to judge, but what I am here to say is that child, that unborn child, needs to be nurtured while it is in the oven cooking. While that baby is developing in that womb, it needs to be nurtured. And we as women need to understand, how do we do that? How do we give that to them? How do we do that in such a way that we can create a healthy bond, but also healthy, mental, stable, confident children in this world? Because that's what we need more of. We get more of that mentally stable, healthy children, then the world would be a different place, and then you will see relationships from a different perspective. They won't be so broken. They won't be so tattered, torn, everything just going wrong. Things will be a lot better between mother, father, sister, brother, romantic relationships, all of the above. So I'm going to have more conversations about this, and we should get at it. So if you are a mother or planning on being a mother, join me, follow me. Let's have some conversations.